Bum, 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 bum. Right. Let's send these out.
Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back.
Morning, everyone. You guys are in quick. Damn. God damn. You boys are in. I'm still waking. I'm just trying to quickly do this little daily routine and then we're jumping over. Because I think Kingdom 65 is at war now. If I remember right. I don't know if they're still at war, but I know there's fighting going on. So we're going to check out all the servers. See how it all goes. Just slam these donations. Right, so that. Send these out just to quickly gather. Even though we should use our CP, but we can use it in a little bit. Right, we're done. So, if we go here, should be some fighting. My god, level 39? Yeah, where if you want to get high level on your gifts, you just gotta keep rallying. So we have loads of people always rallying, so here we go. We're in the here. Let's see what's going on then. So we have these guys that are in here. And we got the DS peeps. DS, oh that's UL. Up here, DS. There you go, so you got DS here. There we go, a DSO. Coming up now. We'll see what is going on. So DSO have come through here. See all boys. So they are fighting Vix and RDP. So these are the alliance they're fighting against. So let's have a look. Is alliance ranking power up yet? No. So you got rage-driven pacifists. And then Vix. That looks pretty good. Good officer team. Did I get to play the Grand Cross game? No, I still not been able to play it, which is a bit weird. I'm gonna try and see if I can download it now. So I might be able to. So I'm not worried about it. I've already sent them an email about like if you guys can get me, you know, on, let me know. But I ain't stressing for shit. Like, and to be honest, I've been playing this other game. I'm not even lying. This other game on my phone. It's another kingdom builder as well. Instead of being horizontal, it's all vertical based, so it's a bit easier to hold for to chill out with. So that's the one we're gonna be looking at. these guys are moving in and out all the time. Let's get. I need to get chat open as well. I can't even see you guys yet properly. My bad. Let me mute that. Put that back, music back on. The strongest in the server 65 HUA pop and creators. He made a mistake in policies he set about changing a region. Oh, I know. I know about the research. The thing is, if you're a whale like Kratos or Bob, the research doesn't really hurt them too much. Honestly, they can just heal that back really quickly with all their resources in the next like day or two. So it's a bit weird though they did what they did though, don't get me wrong. Like, I can look here at the alliance. This is where Kratos is at the moment. Kinda just chilling now in Tio's zone. These guys are gonna have a lot of building to do. This is what's gonna be the thing for them. And if they're active right now, it's like you kind of want to slow down the building. This is one thing you guys probably won't realize, but you're gonna clash at some point, and whoever can get to this Hydra ramp first wins generally. So if you can get your flags up here, like these guys are taking control now. So if these guys take control of this area and DS lets them, DS will most likely lose, just because you need. Let's see if we can bring up live draw. Hold on. Let's get live draw on. We used to use live draw. Screen capture. Oop. What are you doing, kitty? If you knock the camera, cat, I swear, we'll be on bad terms. Live draw. Add new source. Live draw done. There you go. So 1 second. So we zoom out. We're gonna have to let me know if this is aligned good. So it should be. That's their territory. So let me. What does that look like on stream? Does that look okay on stream? Like, does that line look okay? Or do I need to move the line? Because I can't see properly on my end. It looks off. I think it needs to be there. Right, I think that's aligned properly. So if I go like that, does that look better for you guys? Like, can you see from that pass to then a nice line? Because that's where their territory is. If you can see that nicely, I can start talking about the zones and stuff. Because when we look at the map, this is where they're building up. you've got a two-pronged attack here. So these guys are building up to this point, and then you've got, like I said, these guys are gonna build to this point too. Then you got DS that are building down like this. So as you can see, like, this Hydra land is like so important for the zone, because this plateau here, whoever controls this center land, it has the high ground, and everyone knows if you watch Star Wars, if you've got the high ground, Anakin, you're gonna lose. And then when you have that zone, so if we go into the game, you're gonna notice there's only these ramps to go up and down. So if you control the zone and you have your flags obviously up here, and all your territory, your flags, or your, should I say, cities are on this zone, you're gonna be able to basically just defend it forever. You know, you should be able to defend it forever. It's a really powerful area. That's why a lot of the time you saw fighting occurring here. So you can see where HRT currently are chilling right there. You got Vix coming back out from this zone. So they did their little push. We're gonna just keep an eye around here, because this is where, if you look, where the DS guys have to come from. Like, they all come from like this northern side. So they come down like around here, or they can come up and around this way. There's a few ways they can come around. But ultimately, you always end up in that zone. So then you've got, on the other side fighting, we have CK66. And CK66 are fighting no one. So these might be allied? Are these guys allied? Maybe allies here? Looks about right. What's up, buddy? Let's pick up the kitty. Oh. Wait. Does make an appearance? You're clawing onto me. Hey. There we are. Alright, buddy. Wow. Lie down, boy. There you are. So these are like allies. So they ain't fighting. But then you've got, again, on the northern side. So we've got TO1 pushing through this zone. This looks really awkward to fight, to go through. I'm just saying, if you are TO, I've never fought through it. That just looks horrible to plan through, because you have to like go up this mountain then to get access to everywhere. But you got these guys, like I say, on this side pushing through. So hopefully in a bit we're gonna have a little bit more fighting. But we'll check out some other kingdoms, because that's the cool thing. I believe most kingdoms are around the same zone. So let's see if there's anything going on. How's my health? I'm alright now. Thank you for asking. We've taken our tablets. We've made a recovery. I'm able to eat, which is more obviously better. You can eat without having to worry. So these guys are in the same boat. They're pushing up. At least these guys said straight away, nothing interesting in server 33. Let's go to server 32. 32 must be fighting, right? You're not fighting in server 32. Something must be going wrong. Yeah, if you're in an alliance over 1 billion, it's a pretty strong alliance to be in. It's a good one to be in. Like, I wouldn't consider, if you're looking at alliances like here in the zone for, oh no, these don't open. Oh yeah, they have. So these guys fighting left. They're fighting left. Oh, there we are. So we got BDM here. So we're going to see some small skirmishes. Hopefully here we're going to have more fighting. Because you can see plenty of troops by BDM holding the server positioning. Oh, we need to turn on the stream bot. Whoops. There we go. I see some nice folks in here. So you can see this little group here of Rafnex, Playboy, and Totoro all focusing down on Urza here. And now the switch on to Vendetta. But they're using the Terrifying Inferno ability, which is from that Infernal Flame artifact. And then we can see the new artifact by Playboy there, the Cyclone Blade, which is the new Spring Blade, which is amazing. Can't believe someone's already got that in this server. The amount of AoE damage that thing flings out is unmatched. Definitely unmatched. So you see BDM pushing all the way forward here. If we were looking at how this is formed up, you got your murder ball here, and you can see now this murder ball is targeting all these units basically one at a time. They're going down and trying to kill the front line, while some of the ranged units you can see are trying to fire over and ignore the front line, which is a really good strat because you're going to be able to kill these archer players here, because there's a Kanara and Hosk player here, so meaning he must be some sort of spender from the GD alliances. You got Joker. Let's record some of this, eh? Let's record some open field, because we record this open field, I can always obviously talk over it later on, which would be really cool. But you can see again that formation sticking strong here, right? So you got this nice ball, but it's like, it's a nice like spreaded out shape, and this ball is moving forward, and by being in this like almost like, you know, almost like a murder ball, because they're spread out more on a longer flank, they're able to like hit the same target, right? And that triangle is just deadly when you're hitting on the focused attacks right now. So you got BDM pushing straight forward, going into the GD territory and not showing any respect right now, which I love to see. Got unstoppable on some of those marches there, meaning they've got over 10,000 merits easily earned right now. And they are trucking through you. I want the zoom out, there we go, to work. Just one more away. One second, guys. Let me just do something on the phone. We just need to not abandon two things at once. GD, where are you all? They're coming. They're coming for your builders. They ain't stopping. I'm loving it. Go on, BD. Show them what's up, boys. You gotta remember this BDM, if I remember right, this is the sister alliance. So this is the number 2 alliance. BDO is where I believe Chizgul is. That would be the primary alliance for them. So they're elsewhere at the moment. But BD, love it. Love how you're able to just showcase how strong your open field presence can be. Obviously, stopping them from building is very important. Because if we look here, the BD Alliance are coming full force and coming forward to it. So we got Tiki at 84.5 million power play here. One of the big whales for GE, trying to fight all of the BD Alliance on his own. So let's see how strong these T5 players really are and how much advantage they're going to be able to get. At the moment, he's at 548,000 merits, which is insane. So once these obviously matches eventually die, we're going to see how these increase. But if we're looking at the battlefield again, you've got all of the BD Alliance spread. And they're all fighting in together. We've still got some GD members up on the top here that are fighting, which is really cool to see. And then we've got Sacriex. All fighting. Massive group of GD members now with the BD here. So we've got a nice little skirmish of members fighting together. Really interesting. In Server Phase 1, DX battle with Jedi happened. DX at first pushed them back from but they were further away from their bases and they had a longer reset, so the Jedi had the upper hand. Interesting. That's one thing which is a dynamic that we're going to be discussing in future videos about PvP, and that is reset timers. And that is one thing people don't consider, you know, when you're fighting like this right now. All of these members are having to travel all the way, right? So you got to remember, if you're a BDM, they are traveling down, you know, all this way to get to this zone. So you've got to think that is a probably 20 to 30 minute, you know, time for them to get there. So they've got a long way to go, should we say? We're not Scottish. So they've got a long way to go to be able to refund their troops, and that's what you're basically seeing here now from the GD members, right? GD are obviously so close to their own area, so now they're able to replenish their troops and push back that original BDM murder ball that was occurring here earlier. So let's have a look elsewhere, see if there's anything else in chat that's happening. I don't think there is. I think it's just this one zone at the moment, which is fine to watch. You're going to be able to watch some small skirmishes. Might be a bit more easier for maybe some of the new players in chat to understand what's going on, because obviously there's less on the screen. You can follow the combat a lot more smoothly here. So right now you've got, again, a more smaller tight ball here by the GD members. You can see them all in one pin, and by being in that one pin, they focus down the struggling members of the BDM2 alliances right here. But Holiday doing what his name is, going on holiday, trying to fire and get some free merits, but he's gonna get choked down by these cavalry right now. Whew. This is why you do not want to be a mage player out of position right there, because that is what our positioning means right there. And what we're showcasing is the flow of troops is moving up. You had the BD member was located where the X is, and because all of his allies are up at the top here, basically what was causing them to die was now the flow of traffic just to finish him off and move back up to where they are right now. So positioning very key. Obviously if you're trying to get free merits, you need to be aware of what you're doing to always move back. You can always kite in this game. Kiting's a very important mechanic. It's a mechanic taken, if you want to call it, from MOBA games, something like League of Legends or your Dota 2s, if you want to call it, Heroes of the Storm. Even in stuff like World of Warcraft, kiting is a very important mechanic. So you do need this when you're coming into open field because of the range units that you have at your disposal. So now we're going to see BDM obviously retreating back to an area which is a bit more safer for them, hopefully. But obviously the GD are chasing them down, so if these were potentially ranged cavalry, they might have been able to catch these and kill them down, right? Because you're going to be able to keep hitting them with the ranged auto attacks instead of having to keep touching face to face like you do in the Rise of Kingdoms game. We've got some flying units here showcasing a really good bit of actual positioning of flying, or why they're really good. Because you got to think now, this one flying unit controls all of this land, right? They can fire out however they like and retreat into safety here. So that's a really good little showcase of actually positioning for a flying unit, right? A really good bit of showmanship there by the GD Alliance. And look, like how you can see now, look, they're coming out of this position to try and help the GD boys. Obviously they're a bit slow to the fight, but the concept and the actions and the purpose was all there, which is great to see. So let's move over to this bridge, right? Because this bridge is part of a danger zone, if you can imagine it, for open field combat, because you have to cross it, right? So if you're in this and you're fighting in a very tight-knit zone, you're going to be able to get hit by a ton of area of effect damage. And that can be from skills, that could be from artifacts as well, that you could be using during combat right now. So very interesting to see what is going to go on. See if GD keep pushing, or if GD are going to go elsewhere, and obviously just chill out and maybe relax for defending their position from where they are right now. How are you guys this morning? You guys enjoying the stream? How are you all feeling? You can tell I'm a lot more weight today than I were yesterday. There's a lot of drama in World Chat in Server 31. Do you know what's funny? Most of the time in Server versus Server, the World Chat goes nuts. Like, everyone could be best friends at the start, but I can guarantee you after the fighting has begun, there is so much trash talk that does occur in the World Chat. So that's why a lot of Alliance leaders and a lot of players as well do advise you guys to stay out of World Chat, because the thing is, without you guys realizing it, obviously you're typing away and there's a obviously chatbot that does scan the chat. So occasionally if you've been obviously swearing or using mature language in the game, eventually the robot gives you so many strikes and then it will mute you. So you want to make sure if you could talk in your Alliance zone. or your alliance, chat. And if you're gonna talk in world chat, try and keep it clean. Well, we're getting some nice little clips, which is good. So what we can do, if you want, we can talk about some positions. If you want positioning, do you want to talk about that? Because if you want, I can teach you here a little bit of it. I could even record the explanation, and if you want, I can just turn that into a video too. So you guys would be able to obviously have all that. Oh, I need to also, no one noticed, but let's switch the layout. Switch the layout, you guys should be able to start seeing yourselves in the chat box as well as obviously the live things. Do apologize, I only just realized it was on the recording scene, not the live stream scene. How you doing, Savant? How's everyone doing? Sleep, Pause, Makeem, Devin, Rohan, Neymar, all of you boys, all here, like always. But we can talk about positioning, right? Because this bridge is a really good example of it. So, because in this one area, you can discuss and think and talk about a load of different things if you're a player with different units, right? So if we look at this area for a moment, I'm going to try and draw the box. Hopefully the box is around the bridge. Let me know in chat if I need to move the scene. I can try and realign it all up for you guys. I'll check on my phone too, actually. It's a good idea. If I open up the stream on my phone, I'll be able to see what the lining looks like. So at the moment, you don't see the box. Stream overlay. I need to add a screen capture. Live draw. So now let me see what this looks like on the stream. Boom. Yeah, that's great. It's good. It's good enough. I know we can do one better. There we go. So that's aligned up perfectly now. So we'll talk about positioning. So this is the bridge. You can check out chat as well. Everyone's here. King Raiden, one of the old friends that we've made along the way from server 65. So this bridge here, if we can look, you see GD members are trying to push into it, right? If you want to call this bridge, this is a dead zone, right? So the way it's a dead zone, and what I mean by that is if you step in this dead zone, you've got the BD Alliance all here, and in theory, you're going to get hit by AoE, right? And AoE is going to do a massive amount of damage to multiple of units, and that's due to the positioning of these marchers being able to move forward, right? What you can do though, and which is really cool, obviously this is the dead zone and we have artifacts in our arsenal. So if you are a cavalry player, like one of these cavalries around this zone, you might have access to storm arrows, right? And if you got access to storm arrows, what could happen is when your main team on this side pushes forward and maybe holds a defensive position on this dead zone, what you would do as a cavalry player is move up, and you would go on the flank and use your artifact to then teleport this distance and gain that 15-second attack buff, and then flank all the way around and cause carnage for your opponent. And that's all about positional awareness, that what your opponent is doing and what you could be doing with your march, right? And the thing is, this works the exact same right now with the dead zone, if you keep it on screen, with flying marches, right? So if you got a flying march on any of these X's right now, and these could be on either side of the bridge, these flying marches have the advantage of the fact that these guys can fly across and flank however they want, right? So these guys can flank into the river and shoot onto the bridge. And this is a really cool concept that you can do when you're looking at certain things to do with like positioning and your troops and cavalry and flying and artifacts. And that's just one zone, right? I'm only talking about one zone here, and that's just this little bridge where all of the GD and BD members are lined up right now for a bit of a cluster fight, right? So you're going to see a massive clash when it does occur, right? You're going to see the BD members go in this way, you're going to see the GD members come in this way, and when they do eventually hit, this center area is going to be the frontline focus, and whoever's frontline stronger will then push forward. But GD are being the more aggressors here, trying to catch out BDM from sleeping, and they're trying to take control of all of this zone right now. So you can see the dead zone has now moved into this box right here. So that's how open field works. I hope you guys understand that with the ability of what we've been able to capture so far for you guys. But we are going to make, don't worry, we will be making YouTube videos on stuff like this. This is all going to be coming out in my own series soon for you all. It's going to be a nice episodal series again, where it's going to try and teach you open field concepts, open field mechanics, ways you can use your flying units to your advantage. Because right now we see some amazing flying units right here, and they're in the water, right? So you can see the X right there on the water, meaning they can move out really safely, while these units here are trying to target the archer, but they can't, right? Because they're out of range. So this is getting some really good positioning fire on to the BD alliance here, but BD being really strong, able to actually hold their line and their murder ball really tight and focus fire, as we said, on their front line. And GD's front line did unfortunately get melted first compared to the BDMs, and as a result, as we did say that what would happen, one or the other front line, when it does melt, you will then push forward. So now BDM now control the bridge. So the dead zone, again, in theory, is anywhere in this zone if they choose to obviously only hold onto the bridge. But what we can see here is the BD members actually moving forward and trying to take control of some more zone, right? So if we zoom out on the map, you can always look at things as almost like influence, right? If you've ever played something like Risk, one of the old school board games, there was a thing which is always called like influence, or even like Civilization. That's got a game where you can have influence and territory. And if you can imagine that influence, this is a way of almost tracking in your head what the map looks like. So if we keep in red, for example, The BD Alliance is in red. Right now, these guys technically own all of this zone, right? So this is their zone that these guys own. And what they're trying to do is open their influence and take control of the map, right? At the same time as BD doing this, if we come down, you have the GD members, right? And the GD members' influence all spans up and they control this area, right? So you can imagine the two forces right now. If we go into the drawing, this is like the zones, right? So you got BD and then you have the GD Alliance. So that's how the war is looking at. So you can see at the moment, the fight for the territory again is this big center stage where whoever gets to there first, generally with their flags, normally does take control of the zone, because you're able to then refresh and attack your opponent a lot sooner with the reset timers, right? Because at the moment, as we've already noticed, the BD members only have this line, meaning if they need to fight, they have to come all the way up and around into this zone. And this could be a 10-20 minute reset timer for their troops to obviously go back and heal and come back to the fight. While GD now, obviously have got an even longer timer because they have to go around all of this malarkey again, up and around to get there. So you can imagine the reset timer factor when you're coming into this type of open field combat is very crucial and something that you need to be paying attention on when you are pushing forward, because you don't want to obviously push or extend too far ahead. Otherwise, you will obviously cut yourself short, you'll lose reinforcements, and then you'll eventually just pass out and die. So, all that makes sense there. I hope you guys are learning more open field commentary as well as knowledge for when you guys do fight in the open field. And we have, again, Yoda, Mr. Boy, showing a little appearance. How you doing, mate? How you doing, food? Which server? Every server 1 Plus was like this. Yep. Hopefully in the future, the next season, you know, sort of matchmaking will be better. So you're going to be able to obviously have a better fight, a more closer fight. You gotta remember, this is the first actual global launch server matchmaking, so obviously it needs to be refined. Everyone will say that. It's nothing, you know, no one will not say, you know, but at least it's in the right direction. And that's the only thing we can ask for, right? Put it in the right direction. We just gotta wait and keep hoping it goes in the right direction. And we move on, right? So do you have a look elsewhere? We're gonna have a look, see. If you guys want any questions as well, let me know. If you want to look at any builds and stuff, I can go on my main account now and we can look at builds and stuff as well. Just because obviously now we're past 43 on the majority of the heroes. The only ones we don't have are some of the purples, but we're going to work on them soon enough anyway. So we've been to here. Let's go to server 49. Let's check out server 49. So at least I'm going to be looking at the phone for chat as well, so it's going to be a lot easier for me to check chat that way. So this is server 49. In here we have server 49, 45, 47 and 50. Nice little close one. So let's have a look, let's have a peek. So obviously we've got the Burning Lands boys. They're going to be pushing up against the SGs. So we've got alliance-wise the local boys. They are building. We'll have a look around the similar zones. Just because we know generally where the hotspot for fightings would occur along like the path lines, because we know how the troops move, which is kind of an advantage for experience, as you guys can imagine. So it doesn't look like there's any fighting in Kaltia going on. So then you got Sofrostia, where someone's dropped their core fortress so early. Interesting. Big fort drop. This hopefully for them might allow them to build a flag up on this territory here and use like a 15-kilometer road potentially. And you got these guys up in Navula. This is the Magma Demon. So you found some G4P guys. Are we going to be able to watch them? Are we going to watch some sneaky flanking by these guys? Is this what we're going to be watching? My Wild Deer build? Yeah, I can show you the Wild Deer build on my Lilia, since I just what I run on Lilia is what I would run on my Wild Deer. So everyone's chilling. There's nothing too crazy going on in this server. We'll look over in Forgotten Lands, because this is generally where, if there's any fighting as well, it would be up here. It doesn't look like there is any fighting happening in this server either. Pretty dead, boys. Might have to go back to server 32. Yeah, because these guys ain't building, so... You have... In this server, which alliance is this? So you got NTI at the moment, so they're going to be able to take control of these behemoths. And if you're wondering like why the maps might look different if you're in Season 1 to what this is Season 1 Plus. So in this season, as you notice, your Zone 1 only has your Giant and Giant Bear. It also has the Magma Demon for later on, in case you get locked out of your Zone 2s and Zone 3. So you still have a chance to try the Magma Demon. But then in this Zone 2 now that you fight in, which has unlocked, there's the Hydra and Thunder Rock. And then there's another Magma Demon for you in there. And then when you move into Zone 3 then, you'll be in Lorcan, which has 2 Dire Bears and the Necro. And then you finally come into Zone 4, which is Afrian, where the only behemoth inside is the Flame Dragon. So you can see they've laid it out more like an actual KVK format, where you can see the better rewards in each zone, so it makes more sense if you can imagine it in that layout. So really cool. I like the fact they've done this now. It makes it better, but I do kind of wish there might have been maybe a one extra behemoth or something in each of the zones. Would have been nicer, just have an extra reward, as you can imagine. So let's go back and let's see if there's anything going on elsewhere. Let's think. We've checked 33. 33 don't want anything really going on, and nothing happening in 14. So we'll go back into 32. No, wait, actually, I'll go onto my main. My bad. I'll go on my main account. I'll show you guys some of the builds, since I've seen you guys in the things. Do I know any drama-filled servers? No. The only server that someone said earlier was 31. So supposedly server 31 has drama inside of it, but again, I don't know that. It's the one thing I don't really keep track of, as you guys can imagine. I kind of let BN, like Boss Nasty, do all that. You know, I let him be in charge of the drama and like stuff like that. I think it's better for him and his channel compared to mine. Let's just claim our dragon trials since we haven't done that yet. Let's get to Indus tokens. So for Waldea, just gonna move this. So yeah, so for Waldea, I'd be running this skill tree here, and this is basically the points all the way up to 49. So with your last point, put it into Foresight, and then when you're in PvP mode, the rest of your points will go into Foresight, Intimidation, and then Magic Maelstrom. The reason why you go this build is because you want the skill crit damage. Skill crit is the most amount of AoE damage you're going to be able to deal. And the fact that if you can crit on your skill damage and you AoE hit, for example, a random T5 player, obviously that's more damage applied to them, giving you 3 merits that you wouldn't have normally had anyway. So it's really important to have this. You could try Caged Animal, but for me, I really dislike this because you can be in and out of battle, and because you're in and out of battle, you're going to be losing the buff all the time. So Caged Animal is really good if you're going to use it as a raid build, because in the raid against the behemoth, for example the Flame Dragon, you can all run mages, all your celestial units stand still, the one ever moves, so you always keep their buff, and then Caged Animal constantly runs, so you'll keep that buff too, so it's a really good one to run. Jedi is pushing DX and server 31 merge. What server is that? Have I got an? I don't think I've got an account on there. Oh, no, I do, right? Am I lying? I'm lying. I do, right? It's this one, isn't it? Server 3331. Am I right? But yeah, I don't really do the drama food. Don't get me wrong, if there's some really massive drama, I might cover it. Oh, here we go. The Jedi forces. Wait, the thing is though, right, I'm just saying, you guys, the Chinese guys, I know, I love kind of, oh, we get to see Northern and Southern Light fight. Okay. I've been waiting to see these boys fight. But, I'm just saying, you guys, if you're watching this right now, you have lost out. Where's Darth Vader? Where's Yoda? Where's Anakin? Where's Obi? Where's all the Jedis? I don't see any Jedi names here. You need to be rocking them names, so it's for the meme, man. You can't be named Jedi without some Jedi warriors. Where's Mace Windu? Where's the Vader, dude? So we'll see what happens here anyway. We'll see if these guys go for a fight. It's DX. This is the bridge. Look, this is the same bridge we were just talking about, boys. This is the same action in 32. So just remember what we just said earlier, and we'll see if it comes into light again. So, they are all coming. So if we look here now, you can see the fight, right? So we've got the DX guys here, and then we have the Jedi forces here. I would make the Jedi green, but you wouldn't really see the green at the moment in the, you know, the mountains. So you can see this is the no man's zone right now. So are these guys going to move forward to take this zone and create a big penis like I did on screen? Or are the DX guys going to move forward? We'll soon see. But from what I can imagine, DX probably will stay here, allowing the Jedi boys to come and fight here, meaning this bridge again will be the dead zone. So we'll soon see what the plan is. Mega Mind. I love how the German guys are so serious. I love Germans. They are super duper serious. My old alliance leader when I used to play Rock, he was German. So straight to the point. He's just like, bro, are you a kid or you're an adult? I ain't watching no kid. It's like, bro, I'm an adult. Don't get me wrong, we get hyped at times, but you know, you expect some hype, otherwise, you know, are you human at the end of the day? You know. Oh, here we go, Southern Light. So we'll do some recording again. I'll do some more live stuff, so we can see again the Jedi alliances now. So Jedi are moving forward from here, right? So you got the Jedi forces moving, and then you have the Darth, or should I say the DX guys holding their ground. So we're going to see what this clash is going to look like, because we're going to be able to see Northern Light and Southern Light fighting. If you're wondering what their power are, they are some of the strongest players in the server. 142 and 169 million power at the moment. But we have Mephisto. I don't think we've got Mephisto there himself. This is what I mean. The Germans have such a really nice way. Look, they think I am a strong and a respected person. Like, they're so straight to the point. I just love how they speak, honestly. They're just like, they tell you how it is. If you can't interpret what they mean, there's something wrong. So, like, I really do like any of my German fans, you know. Are you guys enjoying the stream? Remember, I haven't said it yet, but all of you guys watching, hit the like button. And if you hit the like button, obviously it shows you appreciating the stream. And if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe. And obviously if you hit the sub button, maybe it will pop up on the alert box for you guys. So we've got Mephisto here, using the range advantage right now on the bridge against some of these guys. But obviously Southern Light taking a no for an answer, not allowing him to get that free merit farming there off those units. I'm thinking. I like him, honestly. He's saying I don't have to thank him, but him giving me advice for him is mandatory. And you know what? As you guys know, I always take advice. You know, I try and do the content you guys want me to do. So, it is been great for you guys so far. So we're seeing some of the tactics unsure right now, what we did talk about earlier. So Finn here doing the cheeky stuff, flanking with his archer flying units, which is the Wilderberg, being able to potentially pick off some of these guys if they're not obviously paying attention. And that is all up down to his position, right? And this is what positioning is right here. A really key moment of understanding what position advantage is. You have the frontline unit here holding the front line, and he's taking free damage here from the Jedi members. But obviously the Jedis are going to take counter-attack damage because of the infantry unit. So you can see though, they are still winning this fight. They got over 400 damage or 300 damage to Jason's taking over 400 in that scenario. But then whenever the big red started taking some normal hits, you notice the white number gets bigger and bigger, and that's the extra normal attack damage being hit by the ranged units right there. So we're going to see again what happens here. They're all kind of just relaxing. Maybe the Jedi are going to pull the trigger and they're going to just go full forward and see how many of these players are asleep. Since this guy is taking a load of damage, and you can see them getting free merits here. So this is a really bad thing to do. And again, this is showcasing, because of this infantry player being here, the infantry front line is protecting this position, right? And because you're protecting this position, if you're not paying attention like Jason Gee is doing right here on stream, any of these guys now are able to do a free-pronged attack and basically get 3 kills, right? And the problem is as well, if any of these marchers are too close to Jason, when that skill just fires there from that Lilia, which he just hit, Dolphin right now did take a considerable amount of damage, right? He just took 2,000 skill damage, and that is because of the AoE factor and what we were talking about earlier about that AoE on your mages. So it's very important to try and abuse the AoE, and that's why generally mages are considered the kings of PvP, because you're getting always free damage on other units that you might not necessarily always have in your area. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. Bear with me. Is the water pure? Oh, we're looking like it. We have it now. Let's hit the record again. Let's try and get some more really good open field footage here. Zoom a little bit out so we can see that a bit easier for everyone. So we're going to see a load of AoE artifacts here, and this is what we were talking about earlier with the dead zone, right? So you can see massive AoE from burst strikes being used, which is Phoenix Eyes, Shadow Blades being used, a Viola's bow just being fired off there by Jin, which is the Kanara, which I just noticed at the top of the screen, which means any of these guys in the Jedi currently had a 10-second delay on their artifact timer. So we can see it's some insane AoE, and this is why we're talking about that dead zone. So we can see a very strong hold here by the DX squad. And while they are holding strong, the Jedi are pushing forward here, trying to do damage. But as you can see, the AoE damage is coming in to this zone, meaning anyone in this area right now is taking considerable amounts of AoE damage, meaning you are losing more troops than you are. It's basically worthwhile for yourselves. So we will see if they're going to keep pushing through. Northern Light and Southern Light are still staying strong. You can see their marchers are in the white, but the front line for the Northern Light using a Bakshi Emery's and a Madeline and Nika combo is in the yellow here. So they're taking considerable amounts of damage, but they are pushing forward here. So we're going to see if they're going to continue to be able to push and kill this DX ball, or are DX going to be able to maintain that whole, that strength hold and basically defend their turf. But it doesn't seem like it because of the number focus from the Jedi Alliance here. You can see the Jedi are getting AoE'd really heavily, but they are focusing these units here really well in a split focused formation almost from the archers and from the mage units that's being used here by their alliance members. So we've got DX, you got one ball from DX here, you've got another side of DX being here, so you can see now, hopefully that makes it a little bit more easier on screen with those lines, that you can see what is actually going on, right? Because now you got one of the Nephistos, or a fan of Nephisto, moving back and repositioning his troops so he doesn't get absolutely steamrolled. But this murder ball here is being very strong. They are very honestly killing down Mando, being able to then push forward and hopefully create all of this area for the Jedi Alliance there. So we've only got a few DX members here left and remaining. It looks like a very successful push by the Jedi Alliance, even though we saw that massive AoE hit from the artifacts and from the skill damage from the active members from the DX Alliance here. So we're going to see what goes from here. Are the Jedi going to be picking off everyone, which they should be doing, because these are free merits for you guys if you're looking for some free kills. And obviously remember, all the merits you're obtaining through this combat right here, you're going to be able to spend it in your Alliance store and buy some free elixir, so you don't have to worry about the healing as much, and obviously continue fighting forward. Marco Polo just hit the unstoppable trigger, hitting 12.6 merits there, and more 12.8 merits for more members here as the battles are starting to end from the Jedi Alliance here. A really good push, very well done. Big round of applause in chat for you guys. Definitely really enjoyed that push. See if they're going to keep pushing. That's the one thing, right? Are they going to keep pushing forward from here with their troops, or are they going to obviously chill out? This is obviously, as you can tell, Jedi's uptime, which is obviously something you obviously got to mention, right? Because obviously there's different time zones for each alliance right now, and being able to be in your uptime is a big advantage, right? Because you're going to be able to do stuff like this, push all the way through and build sooner to the main areas. So this is the famous peak activity we were warned about by Jedi. So Jedi showing right now what they are capable of. This is what their peak uptime is, so hopefully later on when maybe BXS fights Jedi, if that might be on the table, you know, further down in the season, we'll see what it is going to be able to do against server 33. This is not your uptime. Interesting. Your uptime is in 7 hours from now. The stream is currently at 1 hour 11. I am recording as well, guys, a lot of this footage so we can go over it again and make some videos and PvP explanations like we've been doing so far for you guys on the live stream. So we can see the Jedi forces here. We're going to see where these boys are right now. Because you got to remember, obviously we're seeing big push from Jedi, right? But DX, this could be DX's time zone, right? They're not, they might be sleeping. Papa Nefisto might be sleeping right now. Like, the big, you don't want to wake the Kraken, right? Everyone knows you don't awaken the Kraken. If you awaken the Kraken, Nefisto will be fighting all day, all the time. So you don't want to wake him up too early. Like, you know, you don't want to keep poking the bear. If you keep poking the bear, you're going to get punished. So you don't want to be doing that. So we'll see what happens here, because this is honestly one I am interested in seeing eventually if Nefisto comes into the fight and helps out. But Jedi are moving forward, which is really cool. And no problem. If you want the Discord link, guys, I will put the Discord in chat like the guy in chat just mentioned. In the Discord, I do try to answer questions. Obviously there's loads of players in the chat as well, so you guys can all talk among yourselves. Obviously you can ask yourselves advice, you know. As well, we've got the Call of Dragons section, which has a load of guides in there. I'm going to be uploading some video guides in there too for certain stuff like alliances and behemoths and that. So I hope you guys look forward to it. We also do have like talent builds in there in a forum section, so you can honestly do anything you guys want in there. There's sections for alliance recruitment, so if you guys want to recruit for your alliance or a server project for the future, honestly, you are all available to go in there. It's for you guys to be a community and obviously talk among yourselves, so use it, you know. If you guys want to create a forum post in, you know, the fun section where you can talk about things, you do that, you know, that's what it's there for. So I did close my live draw by accident. Let's just rotate that. We might have to reset the live draw. What's the difference between T3 and T4? The difference is huge between T3 and T4. Because the thing with T4 troops is the fact that T4 players, honestly, if you've got strong enough T4 commanders and obviously a good enough amount of tech, you can actually fight a lot of T5 players. Because the T5 player does have, obviously, the T5 troop, But if he doesn't have good commanders and he's using different stuff, you can take him out. That's why you'll notice a lot of T4 players do have really high merits as well. But this is the big but, guys. I'm not telling you as a T4 player to attack T5, right? If you're a T4 player, you should always try and hit the T4 players. And the T5 should die with the AoE around the T4 players that you're focusing. And then with your T5 players, you would basically focus with your T5. So you want to just basically work together. And when you're able to work together, you're going to basically work as a more effective well-oiled machine. So we are going to be doing a Freyga build and guide because of Syndrion and Freyga, we have done the most testing on Freyga. We've done a lot of pairing testing, we've done a lot of combat testing, we've done a bit of talent testing as well. So I will be giving you guys my opinion on her as well as the talent pages. She is really good. We will be doing a Syndrion one later on. And that will be the Season 2 ones. I'm still waiting for the other seasonal heroes to come out before we do the really big in-depth, guides like I've just done for all the Season 1 heroes, for all the epic ones. We still need to finish off some of the Season 1 heroes to let you guys know. So that's like Hoss we need to finish, we gotta do basically anything in regards of Season 1. So then maybe Bakshi we need to redo, maybe. But we've done like Emery's and stuff like that. So, and obviously Nico we've recently done. So how are you guys finding the stream? You guys enjoying the stream so far? You been enjoying it? Yeah, Savage says a really good point, which I agree with. So a lot of guys don't realize, but EU time zone, as you notice, is an hour ahead of the game. So when this does fight, so if your gates open at 4 UTC or 5 UTC, in EU, if you're a European player, that's normally between 4 or 3 o'clock in the morning, going all the way to 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, right? So it is early at morning, so you have to be up early and go time for European players. For, I believe, if you're Asian, if you're in the Korean, Indonesian, Filipinos, I want to say you guys are around an extra 2 or 3 hours ahead of me. So around now is around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock their time zone, I want to believe. And then for Americans, if you're in the US, they're behind everyone. So even though it's 10 o'clock UTC game time, for them it's around 4 o'clock in the morning right now. So it's okay for me because again it's 11 AM, but for all the US guys right now it's probably again around 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning right now. So if you're in Europe it's around 10, I'd say 9 to 12 o'clock. If you're Asian in the, Korean, Filipino area, it's probably around your 3 to 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock time zone. It's getting into that area, right? So you can imagine time zones are massively important when it comes to fighting. So, here's Mr. Luffy. Remember, we did look at one of the Luffys opening all of their keys, which was really cool to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. He opened over 250 gold keys and 200 and odd silver keys, so it was kind of nuts the amount of heads he did unlock, which is really cool. Bear with me. I'm going to record some of this as well. I'm going to try and record some of these cavalry players trying to catch out, you know, the other enemies, because this is a really good way of watching how you should be operating cav. Because you can see this cav player coming straight beelining for this archer. It's basically like using your archers, well, using your cavalry as cleanup crew. So you're trying to just, you know, try and get what you can at the end of the fight. So, while you guys are in the live chat as well, I know I did a poll last night before I went to bed. I've seen a lot of you guys give feedback, and obviously you guys are giving me some positive feedback. So, are you wondering, the game we're talking about is a mobile game. This is it on what I'm playing. It's called Whiteout Survival. I'm gonna make a few videos for it first and see if you guys actually enjoy the game. And if you guys enjoy the game, then I'll make content for it. Like I said, like 2 or 3 videos extra a week for it. So I hope you guys do enjoy it, because I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't have the same open field as this game. It has 2 different ways it does combat, which is alright, and to be honest, I've been enjoying the way the game is. If you've ever played stuff like, I think it's called Frostpunk, it's a game on Steam PC, and it's like a city building game where you've got a city that's all about temperature. It's like you're built in the frozen Arctic, and you need to keep the temperature up. It has those type of mechanics in, which is really cool to play. It's nothing like too crazy. It's not too hard to play. But we are gonna do some videos on it, because we've done certain things, like certain events. So as you guys can imagine, when you first start the game, it has your like Road to Glory event, which this game does. It has also like other events like the Loha event, but this one's called like Gina and stuff. There's a powering up event, which I'm in the middle of doing. You need to get like 4 million power within like a week, and then you get a city skin, so we're doing that as well. So once we've hit certain milestones and I've played it a little bit longer, I'm going to start just recording little bits of footage for it, give my first impressions, give you guys the first impressions on it, show you guys little bits of the gameplay, and then if you guys don't like it, honestly, tell me you don't like the video, and we will obviously stop doing the videos, right? Because I do want to make, like, as you can imagine, I do love making content. I'm like kind of a content creator whore. So if I can make Call of Dragons content all the time, and then just find a second game that you guys love as well, and I fall in love with, and we can just make 2 or 3 videos for it as well, just to give you guys a little bit of a break on the Call of Dragons content, then I'd do that for you guys, and obviously we'll play together and stuff like that. What we're gonna do, I'm just gonna nip downstairs for a quick drink, because if you guys have noticed, we are empty. So we're gonna go and get ourselves a quick drink. And then, you know, we'll be back basically. But I've been enjoying playing it. I don't know what to pronounce your name, the Chinese or the Korean guy, should I say? 'Cause that's Korean text, if I remember right, in chat. It's fun to play later. The fun bit I like about it is I'll show you what. It's like the arena. So like the arena side is really good because it's similar to playing, if you could imagine, in Rise of Kingdoms. I forgot what the game mode's called. Chat, help me. What's the game mode called in Rise of Kingdoms, where you have your 5 formation and they kind of auto battle? The way this fight system works, which I'll show you. So if you look here, if it wants to do it, you have your formation. So you can see like this, your legion, and then when you like hit fight, they fight like you can imagine, you know, in Rock. But at the bottom, like Shadow Raid Legends and those type of games, like Shadow Raid Legends and that, you can trigger your abilities when you want to trigger them. But I like it because with Call of Dragons is a very active game, right? You guys all agree with me. You need to be actively playing. You need to be an active player in order to get the full benefit of Rise of Kingdoms, right? Because it is a very active-based game. But with this game, you don't need to be as active. It's a little bit more sit back, and that's why I think I quite enjoy it, because when you know, as you can imagine, certain days in certain servers, you might be doing your daily routine, you might have done your daily farming or merits and stuff like that, and because you've done all that type of stuff, you know, it's nice to have something else to just play casually through. And honestly, like, for me, I've been enjoying it. So we'll make a few videos, and like I say, you guys in chat, and you guys will be able to comment and let me know if you guys enjoy the gameplay videos of it. And if you do, like I say, maybe in the future we can do a project where all of us on the channel play Whiteout Survival together and make an alliance and we have fun, you know. So we're going to be doing the same thing like Call of Dragons as well, so don't worry. We're going to be making our own Call of Dragons project, but not anytime soon. We're going to wait for another season at least to be completed. So we're going to play through another full season on the main account. So that's going to be another at least 3 months. And then we might consider making a brand new account, and that will be a real main account on a new server, new project. So we'll see. No one's doing plays here. What? Here we go, boys. Let's record some more open field combat. I'll call you Pillow, yeah. I'll call you Pillow because I'll definitely remember your name in chat, because it's so unique. But yeah, I've been enjoying it, like I say. So we're gonna mix some stuff for it eventually, you know. And there's just cool things. It's very, what I've noticed in this game, if you like Rise of Kingdoms, where you like rallying, you know, if you like rally style combat, you'll really like this game, because it's all rally based combat. And you can also, like, you know, alliance based. It's very alliance based, so you make things as an alliance to fight and rally against, which is really cool. So we'll soon have a, you know, help about it, you know. So bear with me. We're gonna try and track these guys the best we can. Jedi are moving back, so maybe Jedi are moving back to here. So I'm gonna prepare the camera here for you guys. And what I'm going to do is run downstairs. I'm just going to go and grab a drink. I'm going to continue streaming. But if you enjoyed the stream so far, smash a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm here every day giving you Call of Dragons content and streaming for you. We're doing a crazy one. We've streamed almost Friday, Saturday, and Sunday back to back. But we will be streaming Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. They are my dedicated stream days. So don't you worry. If you've not checked out today's video as well, check it out. It's a whole 30-minute video, time stamped all the way through, with how to run alliances, alliance questions, alliance stuff. I did miss out one thing which we did answer earlier about alliances, which I do apologize on. But if you whack a comment below, I will answer that comment. And I will make a pinned comment with all the other information that I did forget, which is only a couple of points that you need to know about. So with all that said, bear with me guys, we're going to go and nip out. We're going to probably grab a hat too, because we have, I don't know, bad, you know, bed hair. So whack a hat on and then we will be back. So thanks for watching. Won't be long. We'll need to get the kitty cat. You gotta move, boy. I know, he's a good boy. Whoa. Yeah. So won't be long. 2 seconds, guys. back. We are back. There we go. We're back. We're back. Alright, so let's go. I'm gonna have a look at server 32. Saying it's been fun being here. Let's see if we can get some other open field. Some more open field, shall we say. And in a second, I need to check out my... what you call it? I need to check out the video. I ain't even checked out my video yet. Alright, so if we go to my YouTube page on my phone, let's go to my channel. The thing we haven't done today is post. Not posted in the Call of Dragons Discord. Yeah, just post our content. Do some selfless self-promotion, as you guys know. Let me just quickly send this out. We've sent it out. It's in every server now. We're happy days. Go to the dashboard, refresh it so we can see everyone's comments and stuff. It's good. Take me in. I accidentally did my farm account on a BlueStacks instance. Why would you do that? I'm joking. I know you didn't mean to. I know. To be fair, I don't really use many, stuff, We'll see if these guys are still fighting. I've forgotten if they were fighting down here. So you can see some map progression here. So you can see these guys have made, DA made some big pushes. They said I've just missed one. I'm guessing it's B the M again, right? This bridge. Yeah. This bridge again. Always this bridge, boys. We can see them all. Seahole 13. Yeah, the thing is, like I said, on my main account, I don't have any farms, you know. I just play on my own, farm away, do my own thing, and then just work from that, you know. You got the Freygar full unlock on your third free spin streak. Nice. That's nice. I'm just seeing where Raidan puts his things, because I didn't know if he was pinging Discord. Because he could be pinging Discord, and obviously like that's the one thing we're waiting on. So if you guys are wondering what's going on, so you can imagine, you can see the flags are slowly coming together. So you can see if you're like the BD guys, they have to come like this, and then the GD guys come up like this, so you're gonna have a clash here, you know? I doubt Keck and GD not building mostly, no resource. Yeah, they might have just stunted, right? But they are building, look. Like GD is building. But they're choosing to go down. That's interesting. That is interesting. They're choosing to go down. Why are they choosing to go down? Is it just me who finds that weird? Like, why would they build down? You're blocking yourself off because there's no bridge. The only bridge is like up here. Oh, GD are moving. Yeah, I saw the first fight. You know, I saw when I've seen when BD and GD fought first. That's what we were watching, and then we went and checked out 33, and then since then there's been more fighting. But that's the thing, there might be fighting back and forth but as they're fighting, there's building, right? So like you have a dedicated like auto Craig march that's building constantly. So like they'll be building. They should have the resources in the alliances to be building. That's why they are, right? So they still are building at the moment. So just more wonder why they're building down instead of building up. There's Lexa. Wait, there she is. The Welsh Stalker. Yeah, you don't know why. It could be all sorts of reasons. But you can see that they're clearly building. So... and you can see them moving as well, like I said. So we can see them either regrouping here again, or BD chilling. That's why I'm kind of watching this bit, because this is eventually where they've got to come, right? They just kind of want... yeah. These guys just need to, if they're gonna fight you guys, like as BD, they need to literally like, wrap, these need to wrap up. And these guys need to wrap that way, so like, you know, like you can see these guys doing it. Like these guys need to go like that and use like a flag hop with the long road. And then you need, these guys should have gone up and done this. Because then, you know, BD are forced to cut across like that, right? So that's the best way of them trying to defend this zone from you guys, but... yeah, I don't know. The thing is, you gotta remember, when I was on my main, we were server 4, and there was like server 4, 5, and 6. You know, they all fought TATM. You know, so you had TATM versus it were like 5 alliances all at once. You know, so like. It's just down to how they position themselves, you know. If they position themselves so they can hit from multiple fronts properly, then it's all good, you know. Yeah, the new map. I actually really like this map. I think this map does showcase like true fighting, because so if we were talking about then, right? So argument's sake, you know, argument's sake, these guys do block you off here, right? Argument's sake, these guys do block you off here, right? But BD still have options, which is amazing. Like, you can still come down, and you are blocked here, but you can still build around this way, right? So I like the fact that, like, you can see that there's different bridges and different entry points, and it allows an alliance to always figure out a way around. And then even cooler is the fact that when you do zoom in, these are like, this is the battlefield, right? So you've got this bridge, you've got these choke points around here where, like, you can have different cavalry. Cavalry could be flanking around the mountain, while one murder ball's here and the other murder ball's, like, over here, for example. You know, I like, as well, one of my favorite places was actually over here, right? I think this zone here is one of the best map designs I've watched, because it's simple, you know? It's simple map design, and simple map design is the most effective map design. So you have one alliance that has to come down this way, and then you have the second alliance that comes up this way. And because you have these, like, well, they come up from underneath and this way. And because you have these two different, you know, routes that they can come through, this whole dead zone is literally the warfield, you know? Like, anything can be happening in that triangle. Like, and when you zoom into it, you've got all these rivers that you could be blinking over with cavalry units, with the storm arrows. You can use your flying units efficiently, so you can be flying over. You know, once you do eventually break through the bridge, you have a defensive position to fall back on. And that's the same on this side. It's like, you break through this side, well, they have a defensive position back down here. So you can see, like, this area is so good. Like, I actually think the map design in Season 1 Plus for, like, fighting in, if you could actually, like, appreciate the way you can use troops as well, it's so much better than the last season. Like last season was a good attempt at trying to showcase off the troops, but this one is so much better, you know. So many people. Sneaky mage village or archer village? Oh, for the faction you're talking about? It depends on what you want. I really like, honestly, Spring Wardens. I think the more I've been playing the game, honestly, the more you play the game, like, Spring Wardens just feel like the best faction. Like they legit just feel the strongest. Because you have, like, your elixir production speed, which is key. You have march speed, which is infinitely key. And all the units you have are good. Like, you increase the defense of any mages around you, which is really good against archers and cavalry. Obviously, all the infantry units are the same. Your archers increase their own physical attack, meaning your skill 1s hit harder because you increased your physical attack base stat. And then you have a ranged cavalry unit, and then you have the ability in the future to honestly have a flying cavalry unit, which is terrifying. Like, cavalry are terrifying to fight against. Like, if you go against, and you'll notice, like, you go against a really good cavalry player, they put you to shame. And the thing is, with Spring Wardens, you start with Guan Win, and in the early game, as you guys know, like, archers are the best for killing behemoths. And if you have Guan Wen and Liko, you have really, honestly, a really good contention in a normalized like server and a normal alliance, you got a really good chance of getting like a top 5 DPS ranking. Like you're easily able to do that. Like on my free-to-play player account, you saw me do it when I jumped into another alliance. I helped them out. I hit top 5, got 3 gold keys for doing it. So like I honestly think they're just the best. Like League of Order is the only reason like you want to go League of Order is legit if you want to run 2 mage marches. That's the only reason you take League of Order in my eyes now, because the magic defense buff is good against obviously mages. Gathering speed is nice. Yeah, you're gonna be able to gather and go through your tech and upgrade your buildings more often. But the power of the League of Order troops is the Celestial unit and the Vestals. The fact that you can increase if you run a Vestal unit, like, I don't know, Lilia Valen, and then you run Atheus and Fear as the flying march, as just a really easy, everyone has and understands combo. If you have those marches side by side, the Celestials will increase their damage because they're still dealing a massive amount of damage, but your Vestals will start buffing that march, increasing its health so they're even tankier and more effective in the open field. Your ballistas are really powerful. They increase normal attack damage, so this is insanely strong with Sindrion and Freyga. So like you can see why these are good because of their units. But when you look at like Spring Wardens, their faction bonus is the best. Their units are generally almost the best in argued cases. So I definitely argue more for Archer factions, so Spring Wardens and League of Order. And I think the thing is, like, people obviously want to start League of Order so you get Waldea, which is fine. If you want to be a Waldea player, you do that. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. It's your account at the end of the day. Wilderberg is the only one which is a bit more of a flaky one, because in my eyes the units are really good apart from your flying unit. The flying unit at the moment feels a bit too weak. That's the only thing I can say. I feel like it just feels a little bit too weak to justify having it. The destruction engineering is okay. Obviously it helps you guys in war. This is kind of the war race, so it's made to allow you to destroy enemies' flags, their fortresses, their barricades 10% quicker. You obviously get physical attack, meaning you're going to hit harder than anyone else. So you can see it's made for war, but I still don't think it outshines Spring Wardens. Even myself now, if I had enough archers, like 600k archers, I'd probably be a Spring Warden player with Elk Riders, because it's so strong, honestly. Like, and yeah, as Justin says as well, we don't even have them yet. You can imagine the flying cavalry heroes, right? So imagine flying cavalry heroes, and then you have flying cav. Like, flying cavalry heroes plus your fear, that's going to increase their damage and give them a shield as well, and attack. Why is that allowed, So, definitely one to look out for. Let's have a look back since we've talked about that. We'll check the bridge out. GD moving forward. Ooh. GD moving forward. Just had a drink. So hope that helps you guys out. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Remember to hit the like button. Hitting the like button helps us out. Gets the channel more seen. And obviously it gives people more of a reason to hit the sub button. Morning, Darkon. How you doing? How's everyone doing? 2 hours already. Mental. See who else is here. We can see Tommy Shelby. And we know who Tommy Shelby is from Peaky Blinders, right? So even Mr. Shelby is making an appearance today. You got 4. There's Lexi. If you guys were wondering why I talk in the world chat to Lexi a bit more loosely to most people, me and Lexi go way back. Somehow me and Lexi were in the same alliance back on Rise of Kingdoms when I migrated into her server. And then when we made our main account, so when I made my main account in server 2 now, we somehow in server 4 made an account where both somehow managed to be in the same server. So we got reunited because afterwards, like, she migrated away on Rise of Kingdoms while I stayed in the kingdom I was in. But again, somehow we managed to meet each other, so it's really cool. And this is what I love about Call of Dragons and Rise of Kingdoms, is the fact that the community, you know, you're able to meet friends, meet new people, and then somehow meet them again in like the newer game or the cross-platform game and in a different server in the future. It was really cool. So there's a few other people we know from like Rise of Kingdoms and server 4 that's in some of these as well. So when we see them, we chat to them a little bit more. But right now, it's just a chill zone. Back to where we were. My opinion, COD or Rise of Kingdoms, honestly, I pick Call of Dragons all the time. And that's not even because I make content for it, it's because I legit think Call of Dragons is 100% better than Rise of Kingdoms. Like, the only thing Rise of Kingdoms has over Call of Dragons is events. That's all you can argue it has. Because the combat system in Rise of Kingdoms is worse than this game. Your graphics are worse in Rise of Kingdoms than they're in this game. Also in Rise of Kingdoms, there's no sort of story. It's just, obviously a history based. So that's obviously worse. Even the heroes themselves in Season 1, if you look to both games and you try to compare them, you'll notice all the Season 1 heroes in this game compared to that game have a more defined role, meaning they have more characteristics that are unique to them, which gives them more viability compared to a lot of other heroes. Also, the one thing which I really, really dislike in Rise of Kingdoms compared to Call of Dragons is to do with heroes again. In Call of Dragons, it's simple. You have your skills, you have your artifact, and your artifact is again very simple to understand. It's basically an ultimate ability that you can put on any of the marches that you want. Obviously, it gives you stats that help those marches. But that's it, In Rise of Kingdoms, you have to worry about your gear, which is obviously your equipment. You have to then worry about your formations that your marches are now in. You have to also worry about the artifacts from the museum for the old Season 1 heroes. You have to worry about other different mechanics that are different stats. So you notice, Rise of Kingdoms has your base hero, and then you have like one system that's stats, and then you have a second system which is more stats, and you got a third system which is more stats, and it's just stats. It's just, there's nothing unique, All you're playing for and upgrading is health and health. Like, all you want on your march is as much infantry health, and then like if you have to get infantry attack or the defense, you go for it, to fill out maybe set bonuses. But you're always trying to get the most health on your units. On the talent trees, you're again trying to get the most amount of health and damage reduction for your units. And then you have the rage cycling, and that's it, So The reason why I don't like Rise of Kingdoms compared to Call of Dragons. So, all that makes it clear why I think you should play Call of Dragons over Rise of Kingdoms. It's a much better game. It's a lot fairer. A lot of people complain about the level reset system, but the level reset system again punishes the whale players that don't play the game. You know, you can spend as much money as you want, but on season reset, if you're not willing to play that week, that 2-3 weeks starting, like everyone else has, all your heroes are level 1, and your heroes will be at a significant disadvantage compared to every other player. So that is why so yeah, that's why I would definitely play this. That's why I picked this game as well. Another good thing for Rise of Kingdoms, oh I say not for Rise of Kingdoms, for another good reason to play Call of Dragons over Rise of Kingdoms. Rise of Kingdoms is a established game, right? What it means is the commanders are already out, so everyone knows all the commanders from the start of the game to the present, right? And there's newer and newer and newer heroes always coming out. Like we've just had Nevsky and stuff, and then we had like Joan of Arc, for example, for cavalry. And then you've got all the newer heroes that are coming out, and a new civilization again in Rise of Kingdoms coming out. So you're getting all this new heroes that, as a free-to-play player, you try to upkeep and try to keep, you know, relevant with, and all the investments you've had in the early game kind of fall out. But because this game's so new, there's not that many heroes involved at the moment. You know all these investments you're going to have for a long time. And the cool thing is, a lot of the heroes like Nico, Nika, Valen, these are gold key commanders, right? And the fact that you can get a gold key commander that's this good, and you're going to be able to use it for a long period of time in the future, I think is another like plus. That the fact that you have a game where your investment is going to be worthwhile compared to someone that isn't, you know? So all of that makes reasons why. Obviously, Rise of Kingdoms has more like rally-based combat in, and if you're into rally-based combat, that's better for you. But apart from that, at the minute I prefer Call of Dragons, shall I say. And I think even with Call of Dragons, you can imagine in the future we could technically add new structures, right? So we have alliance flags, and then these flags could be changed in the future to behave like the alliance flags in the other game, right? So you can rally a flag and defend and garrison a flag. So these are all things that could come into the game in the future. We also know in the future we're going to have a Ark of Osiris style game mode that's eventually going to come. So again, like, there's all these things that are going to come to the game, and it's just good right now to play and experience it for the first time, because then maybe, like I'm doing, like you guys can know, in the future you're going to make a new account and you're going to have a nice fresh global experience. You can play season 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and have a good idea what you're doing, and then obviously see what's happening in the newer seasons when they come into tuition, right? So that's everything we're gonna go on. I hope answer your question. I hope everyone enjoyed that little rant about Rock versus COD. So GD chilling, nice little relax. I'm worried to go away, you know. I'm worried to check out another server. Because if I check out another server and these guys start fighting and I miss it again, I'll be upset. the S or Division 11's matchmaking, so this one. I feel like it's the same matchmaking as the server 33 situation. I don't understand why server 32 and 33 didn't get matched together. The only reasoning I personally can see that they didn't match server 32 and 33 is if you think about it now as a logical sense, right? Get rid of your tinfoil conspiracy hats, but if you kind of think a little bit smartly like we do on our channel here on the Mr. Sneaky Arm, as you guys know, maybe they didn't want both 32 and 33 being together because at the end of the server you are able to migrate, right? So if people migrated out of 32 and joined server 33, or 33 migrated out and joined a 32, you would then have an insanely high power, multi-power kingdom, you know, that is funneled with the best players, with the most spent money in the game, right? So maybe that's why they haven't done it. I don't know, I can't confirm it, I can't say on their behalf, but it makes sense to me when you think about it like that, right? Because if you think about it like that, then you are worried that BD and the BD-MBDO alliance merge with the BD alliance which is Mephisto's alliance, or BXS, which is that alliance in 33. Like, if he comes over there, I don't understand who would ever beat that server. Like, 32's Kryptonite potentially is 33, or my server potentially in server 2. So like maybe server 2, 33 and 32 are like the 3 strongest kingdoms in the game, due to either experience, money spent, and obviously seasons played. So, you know, you need to be able to keep these guys, I think, away from each other, and then when they figure out a good KVK matchmaking format, then you'd probably see them fight more often. So we'll see again how it's going to be played out. But I hope that answers your question on the matchmaking for this server and what I think about it as well as the others. I think it is what it is. They've tried to do the best they can. I can't obviously see the Alliance power yet. It's not unlocked, unfortunately. I don't think I'm even high enough city. Oh, we are level 11, so we should be able to see it. In the August Stone. So we are still a bit away, you know, four checkpoints away, and then we get to see Alliance power. That allows you to gauge the server matchmaking a lot better too. See what the reasonings were. Let's see if I can get them to fight. Let's see if I can put a little spark on the fire. See if we can get them in. They've got troops, you know. They've got guys here. BD are chilling here. Keep streaming. Lexi. She knows. I was just gonna jump over to my main account to make sure, you know, my troops were all out farming. We'll see if BD make a move though. I'll watch them, see if they're willing to do anything. Just quickly sorting out me channel. Bear with me. Oh, there we are. We are seeing movement. So, we'll start recording. You're from server 34. For me, it feels like server 32 is just too strong to compete with, but we are still trying our best. That's all it is, man. All you gotta do is try your best. And the cool thing, which I must admit, with the game, is that you'll notice that the end of rewards isn't even that like bad. Like everyone literally gets the same rewards. It's only one alliance that gets that little bit extra at the end of the season because they have the flame dragon, right? So let's see what's gonna happen here. We've got BDM now making their move, going across the bridge, doing a full frontal almost charge into the GD Alliance here. We need to try and keep the zoom so we can see, hopefully, everything nicely. But we can see right now, you've got BDM, and this is GD. We'll see if they're awake or not. But this could be a really quick blitz by the GD Alliance here. We're going to hopefully see some flying units on these mountains, and that's going to allow them to again hit extra units that they wouldn't normally be able to hit, which is really cool to see. So we will find out who's going to be initiator. Mr. Shelby and the CEO all going in, try to cause carnage. You've got the frontline players here taking 3 damage from the AoE hits here. A massive 7.9k from the Phoenix Eye artifact trigger there, being used by a BD member. Another burst strike hitting 4 members there. Really nice bit of AoE carnage. And we're going to notice in a second, once these all get their artifact triggers, you're going to see seeing a mass amount of AoE getting flung at these guys. Here they all come. We've got all the Phoenix Eye and Shadow Blades being used by the BD Alliance here. The GD members slowly waking up and have been caught with their pants down here. Clearly not paying attention to what has been going on stream or on the map, which is allowing BD now to come and get a cleanup crew on Isle 2, giving them 3 merits here. We've seen some terrifying double Infernos there, which is the Infernal Flame artifact by the GD Alliance being applied on the front line, and Shelby's getting absolutely decimated here. Shelby's Madeline Hoss just like that got melted on one of the main frontline units for the BD Alliance has been killed. But you can see the forces here are very clumped up. So you got a really small clumping here by the GD, while all of these units are more spread out, fighting across each other on this open field battlefield scenario. You can see again though the strength of the units that BD have, right? So if you can imagine pound for pound, they are a stronger fighter than the GD Alliance, but the GD Alliance here having more numbers because they have reinforcements here from the north side coming by the BLA Alliance to help them out, and BD coming still through this choke point, taking a considerable amounts of AoE damage here from the GD members. I think BD might have bitten off too much of what they can chew. They are trying to use their AoE as an advantage, but you can see here the amount of damage and a Syndron being used by Hallow Chen right in the front lines, getting absolutely decimated there. And GD now looking like having more numbers when we zoom out from this battlefield. You can see 9.6k merits earned from Lightning. Really good to see that. 11.1 from Vic here. And BD are retreating now. So they did go for the aggressive push. Able to try and do something here. But they are moving back. Torch was going for the frontline push, but realized what is going on with his army. And the BD army are moving back. So are their troops. So we can see now GD moving forward from their positioning, taking advantage of the zone of what they've just gained. Because you can imagine now these BD members are going to have to run across the bridge to safety here and hold the line Toto style for them. Are they going to be able to do it though, or are GD going to keep powering through and pushing the BDM alliance? So we're going to be able to see that in a moment, and I hope you guys have been able to follow through with that open field experience with myself there. Hope you've enjoyed it. So here we go, we're seeing the alliances now. If we're zooming out, we've got BD coming back here. So this is going to be the BD zone. And all in a pincer now is the GD alliance. So that is what is hitting on the screen at the moment. And this is where we're going to see it. Are they going to stay restrained, or are they going to keep going? We're going to see this from the GD members. Are they going to hold here, or are they going to be pushing forward onto the bridge? As we know, as we said already, guys, the bridge here is the dead zone. So if you are going to be fighting on this zone, just remember, if we zoom out of this area a little bit so we can see a bit easier, you got to remember, if you are fighting on there, BD alliance members can fly and hit you onto this area. You can also have cavalry blinking over to these 2 points, so you have to be paying attention on your positioning on what is going to be occur. We can see it, Lexi going crazy in chat. Everyone does enjoy Lexi. She's a bit of a loose basket case. Really fun character. How are you all doing? How you doing, Chief? I see you've just woken up, or maybe tuned in. Only thing that's burning is your credit card. You guys got any questions, whack them in chat. Always here to answer your questions, let me know. GD though, doing the right decision. They are retreating back to this mountain line, because you can see this mountain line is a really good area, right? Even if their cabs come around, look, like, you are honestly safe. It's only the flying units that can get over these mountains. So it's a really good protective defensive line that they are moving back to, being the GD members. That's so hot. Favorite song of the playlist. Favorite song of the playlist. Let's turn it up. Banging. Guys, got any questions? Whack them in chat. I will answer them in a second for you. Sweet. Let's check who our guys are in chat. No questions, no worries. Let's go around again. Let's have a little gander. Let's see if anything's happening in server 65. This is where the Road to Glory series were being held. We'll check this out. We'll go on to the main account after. We'll show some builds off and we'll probably finish up for today's stream so I can make some more content for you guys throughout the week. Well, I hope you've been enjoying the stream so far. Oh, we got Kratos fighting here. Potentially. HRT in the DS zone. Need to take them out so we can not hurt the ears. Old ears are hurting. HRT coming through this zone though. So DS were trying to build and HRT went, not today. You can see some of the DS members coming down though, right, to try and get some fighting done. The best pair, we're testing if it's still Kanaro Nico or Syndron Freygar. Because Syndron Freygar does the most single target DPS, but the Nico Kanara has more counter-attack damage and stuff, which is more relevant to PvP, so we are testing them out. Got some nice little bit of skirmishing. I like a little bit of skirmishes about you guys, but skirmishes are quite nice. You can see a bit more even fighting depending on like, you know, what, how many marches are there. You can see some ranged cavalry being used by Nico here. But they are holding their ground like true champers. I wonder what's going on in DS1. I thought isn't Crazy fighting D. Oh no, he's fighting DSO2. Oh, he was up here. So wait, unless Crazy is asleep, it is like late morning time for him. If Crazy was on, he'd be fighting and he'd be in chat, so I wouldn't know that. See if we can spot him. Kaido. No, he's got to be here then, right? He's got to be right up near this. Lubu's there. There he is. Crazy dude. 6.9 mil. Lucky spin. Do we get it for free? Do we get it for free? No. Not this time. Maybe next one. See some little small tiny skirmishes. Just remember though guys, compared to your let's turn this down a little bit. I don't know if you can hear me alright. I don't know if it's too loud. I'll turn it back down anyway. The name of the playlist, I can just send you it. It's literally one on YouTube because obviously I don't want to get copyright claimed. So if you want the music I'm listening to, this is literally the playlist. I'm currently 3 hours and 47 minutes in. But if you go like around the 3 hour 40 mark, that's where like my 3 favourite songs in the playlist is. That's there. Yeah, it's got everything in. And the thing is, if obviously it was, you know, a bit more easier for YouTube, you know, I'd have different videos. Or different music. I'd play music what obviously wouldn't get hit by the copyrights. Because obviously if I play any of that music live, you can imagine on the video what you guys get to watch that gets uploaded to the channel, it mutes the audio through that audio that's copyrighted. So it's kind of a bit annoying, but you know, it is what it is. Targaryens are all over the place. So we got DS1 chilling. Bob and Kratos are still in here. Bob's on nearly 900k merits, and Kratos is on 800k. If you want to know who those guys are, they're the 2 big power guys that came from server 65. So you can see that. And there's Thanatos as well. He came as well from server 65. So, nice chill out. I say like mid-fight. Hopefully, what will happen, probably in like 5 to 6 hours again, it will pick back up. And when it does, I'm hoping to be recording that anyway. I'll record most of that stuff for more open field fighting. Let's go on to the main. Let's chill out for a bit since we've been hitting all the PvP on all the servers. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video as well, the Alliance video. Tomorrow is the Behemoth Guide video, and that Behemoth Guide video, honestly, I have put... It's probably the video I put in the most work in so far of all my videos. So it was like editing wise and getting everything on properly and stuff. So I hope that Behemoth video guide is one that you all will love and enjoy. The only things I need to finish on that Behemoth one is like timestamp it. Just got to do the timestamps, and I'm gonna add as well for you guys that are watching as a little like, you know, tip and like a little teaser for you. Through the timestamps, obviously, if you watch it all the way through, if you get to, for example, the Hydra fight, obviously I'll be explaining the Hydra fight to you in a nice, easy, bite-sized area for like 2 to 3 minutes. And then in that 2 to 3 minute section though, you'll be able to click the little note at the top, and that little note at the top will send you to the Hydra specific guide. So if you want to know everything to do with the Hydra, then it will teach you in that as well. So you've got everything in that one guide. You can understand it all through a nice basic general route. And then if you want the more in-depth knowledge and watch a full commentary and how people are doing certain things in the mechanics, then you can watch the full videos too. So they'll be linked all together for yourself. I think Liquid might want to do some dueling, but I've got my marchers out to farm. And once these come out to farm, if you guys are wondering what I'm going to be doing on my main account, so if you notice, if we get rid of this, so if you notice, all my heroes that I've been using are pretty much maxed out now. We've been working on Ordo, so we need to get Ordo to 43 so we could have a really powerful builder in Zone 3. But we did get our Husker 41, so we've almost got him there to 43, which is what I'm trying to do. And then we've got Fear almost to 43, so we're going to be making a Fear guide and a Husk guide. We will be making an Indis guide too, since we haven't done her yet. And I think that will have covered all of the legendary heroes then in season 1, and then they'll be added all in the playlist. So the playlist will be there so you guys can look at all the hero guides. But we are working on as well, like I was saying before I say that, we are going to be killing dark creatures, and the reason we're killing dark creatures is now to work on my artifacts. I'm going to try and get my Shadow Blaze to level 60 first, and then I'm going to get my Viola's Bow to level 60, then I'm going to get the Phoenix Eye, and then I will determine which one out of the Blink or the Oath. But as you can see, my Sword Oath is level 3, so it is packing a punch, boys. So we will work on that. So that's what my main focus is right now. It's like farming merits. As you notice, we've been getting some merits. The reason why we've been farming merits is so we've got stock. And with stock, we're going to be able to obviously then I think Liquid wants to fight, but yeah, you'd You have all that stock saved from the elixirs to then fight, right? And then you can free heal and keep fighting and replenish the free healing you've bought with the ones you've just used to get it. So, really good way of managing yourself. Let's do these dailies really quickly. And our, if you notice as well, we've got our Seta village to level 24 now. So we're going to start doing these other ones a little bit later. But we are doing our buildings. And when we're not doing them, we are literally upgrading these easy to go lumber mills. Then the mints. Then we're going to do the foundries, which are already 24. Then we've got to do the mana refineries. These are the ones that cost the most to upgrade, but they give you the most power too, because it's mana. So if you're always looking for cheap power or really quick power, mana buildings give you the most out of your resources. And then you've got your healing huts and your barracks. These type of things will give you the most as well. And then you've got your Seers Council, your Town Hall, obviously, and then the Alliance Center. That's where, building-wise, you're going to get a lot of power through those ones. And then tech-wise, one thing you'll notice is the tech for this type of stuff is really cheap. So if you want to try and get really cheap power, so you can see like 30k power and stuff like that, because it only goes up to 268k, so it's not a lot. If you want cheap power, Eco Tree will give you a lot of cheap power because of the amount of speed ups you need to get. But for the big actual power increases, you are looking at military tech trees. These are what you use to get all your big buffs. So you can see when I do 10 out of 10, I'm going to get over 600k power by going up one level of that tech. So you can see a lot more power involved, but you need a lot more resources and a lot more speed ups, as you can imagine. So let's open up our 10 keys. I were lucky, or you could say lucky, but I was unlucky and I got a legendary yesterday, but it was Karuta's Wrath. So we'll see if we got another one, which we don't. And if you're wondering which one Karuta's Wrath is, you'll understand why I'm saying it's unlucky. Because it is this legendary one here. It's the one where you can trigger up to 10 legions to get extra damage against darklings and dark creatures. And it lasts for 10 seconds. It's only good in the early game to help you peacekeeping through some of the content if you need it. But apart from that, it's not good at all. So we weren't lucky enough to hit that. We will as well, because I'm feeling generous and we can. We're going to buy some keys. I'm going to buy 4 of them to be exact. And that's going to allow us to open 10 gold keys, and that's the only reason why I've done it. So let's see if we get lucky. We're going to end the stream pretty soon, so we're going to try and end on a high note. Hopefully we hit the legendary. Hopefully we get some Nikos or Nikas so we can finish off both of those heroes. Our kitty is making our luck, rubbing the kitty for the kitty luck. He's all ready. Right, let's do this. I've got a feeling it's going to be purple, but let's hit that legendary. Ooh, we got a legendary. Oh, we got Bakshi. Nice. Nice. Needed that. That's gonna, obviously, we've just upgraded our Bakshi. So that's why he's not going for an upgrade. But we did get the last upgrade on Shaman's Call, which is really cool. So we got 5/2/2 Bakshi. So really nice to see that we've got those 3 heads for him now. Let's go and just claim everything we need to claim. We will do our medicals. That's the only thing we're needing to do now. Finish off our healing. So we've got maximum healing for our account, as you can imagine, since we haven't finished off all of these yet. But we will do them. We're doing the back ones first because you can see the amount we get. It's really big. We're getting 4,000 for it, and in order to do this, we're gonna have to obviously max out all of these. And really rushing on that one, as you can imagine. Let's use a gold boost item. And the 24-hour gathering. And what we will be doing is leveling up our fear, as we've been saying. So as you notice, I've been using my Dragon Trials XP to basically level up these guys. So these guys that are low level, that's what I've been doing. So I've been leveling up with that XP from the Dragon Trials for free. It's gonna basically allow them to catch up from all the main heroes that we've been using so far. So that's it, you know. We've still got the main boys to use, which I might do. I might level up Wildeer and Alwyn just so I have more mages to use, because, you know, that stamina we might need in the open field, right? So we will probably unlock these guys and start leveling them up soon. But first, I'm trying to get Fear and Husk to 43. And then I can make, like I said, those guides. Same with Indis. We're going to get 43 on Indis. But apart from that, as you can see, we've got all our main 10 heroes at 48 or 47 or higher. And a little thing for you guys. We did start out with Nico Guanwin. And then we started leveling up Kanara once we got our Guanwin to 43. So you can see you can level up a load of heroes really fast in the new season. So I wouldn't honestly, like, get mad about resets. Just honestly play through it. You'll enjoy them. And it allows you to obviously learn as well, because you'd be like, oh, you know, this Freyga, and I'm not going to lie, guys, Freyga at 5551 or even 5511. This hero will eventually replace your Guanwin. It's a little tip I'm going to give you guys now, before obviously we do a Freyga guide. But it will replace her because she is an exceptionally good single target, normal hit monster, as you can imagine. So that is it. We've got 2 marchers back. So I'm going to send... we're going to basically use one for rallying. And we're going to use the other for our... what do you call it? Merit farming. So we'll do some merit farming with liquid most likely later. We'll be just fighting with infantry, archers and stuff. And I'll try and record those duels. And that'll be some really nice, you know, gameplay and content that I'll be able to show you guys there. So, well, hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. Smash a like, hit the subscribe button. I'll always get notifications if you subscribe. By doing that, any content, anytime I go live, anytime I ask you guys about polls, you'll all get that information straight away. If you're looking for my Discord, I'll invite you guys to it now. I'll give you guys a quick rundown on it, since it is a little bit different. So So, this is the Discord. Let's just overlay this to here. This is the Discord, boys. I'm gonna try and make it so you can see. So, hopefully you can see this, alright. So this is the Discord. If you join the Discord with the link in the chat, what you can do on here, so obviously you all get welcomed in through the welcome tab. If you check your own roles, these roles will help you get access to some of the content in the game, or in the Discord. If you do this, you get extra benefits. So one of the extra benefits for players or community members that have their Discord that's linked to their YouTube account, you'll be able to see the Call of Dragons section here. This Call of Dragons section has the world map for Season 1. This is the Season 2 map for you guys that are in the one we're in right now. City Hall requirements, spending guides. We also have the Call of Dragons section, which I was talking about, and this is where you guys can honestly post anything you want in here. This is an area for you guys to talk and discuss things with each other. In the Season 1 hero guides, you can see these are where all my hero guides are gonna be for you. And if you need to look for a specific hero, so for example, we will click on like Kanara, it will filter through onto the build. You can click on the Backstabber build. It just gives you a little quick intro on what it is, and then you can click just like that. Shows you how the build is built and move on, you know. And you can go back onto the filter, you can change this. This is only for all the Season 1 heroes. I've got pretty much all the legendary heroes on here, so you can check out all the legendaries on S1. I need to add all the epic heroes. That's what I'm going to be doing on Tuesday on my admin day, so I'm going to try and do that. And then afterwards we will do the Season 2 ones, which is going to be where your Freyga and Syndron and any of the other 2 new heroes, when they eventually come, that's where they'll be. And this video section is going to be for Alliance stuff, Behemoth stuff, you name it, it's where they're going to be. So if you want to know anything, it should be here as well. If you're looking for groups, for dueling, server recruitment, Alliance recruitment in a server, it's all there for you guys. As well as even you can see, for example, me now, even though I should be doing it, but I haven't at the moment. You can see that I'm live streaming, so I'll be in that live stream chat. So again, kind of tells you if I'm on there. And then the cool thing for a lot of players as well, if you follow Boss Nasty, this is Boss Nasty's Discord. His channel is there too. And more cool and more importantly is his spreadsheet. So if you go on his spreadsheet and you click on this, you'll be able to find out all the information he's been gathering, and this is all the power on all of the servers. You can go into the data discussion center here and talk among yourselves about the data too. So it's all there laid out. It's pretty much a Call of Dragons player's wet dream. I'm trying to make it so you guys love it and will be able to just do what you want. You know, new videos all here again, so you can see, you can vote and all that. So that is the Discord for you guys. You're going to be able to do all sorts of stuff on there. So we'll hide the Discord now, so it's gone. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit the link in the chat, you'll be able to join. Did you guys have a good big fight in Zone 2? Yeah, in our main server we did. We had a fight for like a few days, and that was in our zone here in Forgotten Lands. But we won our zone, as you can see, and then we pushed into Lorcan. And what we're doing now, as you can imagine, is getting ready for this zone. What will happen when we go into this zone is we will have to build a round of some sort to protect this pass, because this is the pass that these guys are going to be able to enter through, as well as this pass. So we're going to have to come across and basically like create a wall and defend, you know, and intercept these guys in the zone 4 region. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. That is going to be the end of the stream. Thank you for tuning in. Smash a like, comment, and subscribe. Again, the Discord, if you want it, I'll spam in the chat right now, so you can join happily and, you know, find all that content that we're just talking about. What we're going to do is try and do some cool stuff. No one else is streaming live at the moment. If there was, we might have tried and redirected you guys to them and send you off to watch someone else, but we haven't got that far yet. We haven't got anyone who streams around the same time. But we're going to call it quits, like I said. I'm going to be making some more content for you guys. It's going to be more PvP based, as you've enjoyed today. We've done a lot of PvP streaming, been talking about positioning, how the map works, how influence or territorial zone works, and stuff like that. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit the sub button, always hit the sub button, and hit the like if you've enjoyed it. But I'm going to call it there, guys. Thank you for watching it. We've done 3 hours today on my day off, but you know, what can I say? It's a day off and there's been fighting, so we've got our kind of stream over fighting for you guys for there. So thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Check out today's video. That is going to be on alliances if you've not checked it out. It will give you as much information as I can on all the alliance, you know, stuff that you need. And then from there, tomorrow, like I said, is going to be the Behemoth one. I'm going to be doing some more other style guides. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're looking forward to it all. And with the new game as well, we are potentially going to make some new stuff for Whiteout Survival. So that's going to be the new game. If you want to check it out, check it out. It's a little bit more laid back compared to Call of Dragons. A little bit more, it's still city building, kingdom building game. You still have server versus server wars and stuff like that, but it's a little bit more sat back. So that's why I kind of enjoy it. It's kind of like, to me, the perfect game alongside Call of Dragons at the moment. So we're going to start doing some of them out. And again, if you guys dislike the game, tell me. I'll stop making content for that game. But if you enjoy it, we'll keep making content for the game. But we're going to try and keep the channel to a 2-game premise. Only 2 games. Call of Dragons is always going to be one of them. And then the second game might be something that we change every so often, or we might play only Whiteout Survival for the rest of the eternity. Who knows? So I hope you guys enjoy the stream, enjoy the info, and you've learned something today. I hope you have. So thank you for all the support. Over 2.8k subs. Wild. We're on the road to 3,000. So thank you for all the support. So thank you again. And from me, Mr. Sneaky, peace out to you guys. Stay safe, stay sneaky. Until the next video, peace out, everyone.